Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Kempner Canucks, and today we're going to be diving in to the big surprising trade of SILOVS. No, I know, it's actually not that surprising, but what I'm surprised about is how many Canuck fans were surprised by the return of this trade. We're going to talk about that and so much more. I'm so glad that you're here, but we're going to dive into this, the reasoning behind this trade, what the expectations are and were, but we're going to dive into it. Hope you haven't going to hit the promo, and we're going to dive right into it. Big trade. Well, maybe not big. Trade? How about that? Hey everyone. So just again, I don't know if you've heard yet. Maybe this is the first person you've seen, but the Vancouver Canucks sent Artur Silovs to the Pittsburgh Penguins for a 2027 fourth round pick and Chase Stillman. Now, interesting about this trade is the 2027 fourth round pick. I was expecting it was going to be a 2026. Now, a lot of people are upset with the return, and so I do want to talk about that in a minute, but I want to chat about a few things. So we're going to get into the pick. We're going to get into Chase Stillman. We're going to talk a little bit about SILOVS, but this is something I'm sending to all my friends. SILOVS has been traded to, surprise, surprise, the Pittsburgh Penguins. My question is, can management not trade with anyone else? Is it like we only trade with Pittsburgh? It's like, what is the deal here? I know they have the connection. I get it. But it's like, really? And so, man alive. Like this, it's just getting like comical almost to this point, right? So, interesting. I'm excited for SILOVS in the way that he is now going to get an opportunity with the Pittsburgh Penguins. As they're going to walk into a rebuild, he'd be a great guy, in my opinion, to try to rebuild with. They're looking for a goalie. Maybe they just got a goalie for massive cheap, but congratulations to him. Personally, I'm sad to see him go. We know that, and this is why it's not a surprising move to me or to many Canuck fans, but maybe a lot of people haven't heard, but we were going to lose SILOVS anyways. To waivers. We have signed Demko to an extension. He's making $5 million this year, and then for the next 3 years after that, Demko is going to be making $8.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. $8.5 million. He's got a no trade clause that kicks in not until next season. Lankinen, lots of people I've seen, people are really upset about the return, and I want you to post in the comments about the return. Do you think the Canucks got enough in this SILOVS trade? Post in the comments. But I've seen people say we should have traded Lankinen. Well, what a lot of Canuck fans don't understand is Lankinen does not have a what do you call it? Sorry, I just screwed something up on my screen here. Has a no trade clause. That's what it is. I took a long time to figure that out. Sorry, I was trying to do two things at once. So Lankinen with the no trade clause, he can't get traded unless he approves it. So we're in the same situation. So we were going to lose SILOVS no matter what, whether we traded him or we were going to lose him to waivers. Listen, Yuri Pekara, I'm missing his name. Why am I messing up? Because you know what? Because I've been working on the JJ Peterka one, and it's messing me up. Anyways, he went on waivers. Our goalie that we had picked up last year from Vegas, gone. What do you think is going to happen to the AHL MVP? He's going to go for free. So the Canucks had to trade him, just like I've been saying for months now. And yeah, so this is really, really interesting. Okay. So I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised and how many Canuck fans are surprised about this trade, how many Canuck fans feel like this is not enough. And I'm going to get into this trade in just a moment, but they feel that it's not enough. And why I'm surprised is even, and I've been saying this for a while, Thomas Drance from The Athletic has been saying for a while now that there's no way that the Vancouver Canucks are going to get a third-round pick for SILOVS, or a third-round pick or better for SILOVS. And you might be saying, how? Why not? Why not? Because, I mean, look at what Noah Strang says about SILOVS. Arthur SILOVS is just 24 years old, but you never guess by looking at his trophy cabinet: a 2023 World Championship bronze medal, a 2023 World Championship best goalie / all MVP, and a 2025 Calder Cup with the Abbotsford Canucks, as well as he won MVP. He also has 5 playoff wins, guys, in the NHL. Now, we all know and love SILOVS and want him to pan out in Vancouver, but when they signed Demko, the writing was on the wall. So this is why, to some people, it's surprising that I was more surprised that we signed Demko for $8.5 million for 3 years than I was that we were going to lose SILOVS. But there's a lot of fans out there very, very surprised that we lost him. And I understand that we didn't want to. This didn't work out good, but that trade that they made with him, that extension they made with him, he was going to make $850,000 no matter what. It was no longer a two-way deal. It was a one-way deal. He had to pass through waivers, and they were thinking nobody's going to take this deal because he's making $850 guaranteed. You see, if players play in the AHL or for the Canucks Abbotsford, they only make about $80,000 to $90,000. But if they play in the NHL, they get their full contract. No, SILOVS signed for 2 years guaranteed for $850,000 a year. And so that is an important piece, because once training camp happened and they had to make the roster moves, moving SILOVS to waivers meant that we lost him for nothing. So this is why I actually think, and I know I asked you to post in the comments what if you think the Canucks got enough in a SILOVS trade. My answer is I'm actually shocked that we got this much for SILOVS, even though I know that he's got all those stats. You know, guys, I don't get why young goalies have such little value in the trade market. You think about Kiprusoff going from the San Jose Sharks to the Calgary Flames, and he changed the franchise around. You think of a team back in the day. The Chicago Blackhawks had Eddie Belfour in net. The backup was Dominic Hasek. Like there's players that are sitting there in like goalie depth places. And here we are, right? Here we are, these goalie depth places, and you can get them for such like pennies on the dollar. I mean, potential alone. There is not one goalie that was traded for so little who's had so much success. Is it Askarov that Nashville traded to San Jose? I think they gave up a first-round pick for him. Like this is crazy right now, right? But SILOVS has played some excellent hockey. Now, we know that this season he did not play good enough. He was actually he struggled quite a bit, averaging 4 to 5 goals against a game. That's just not good enough in the NHL. I know sometimes goalies do that, but he consistently did that. In a year that we thought he was going to take a leap and had a great opportunity, and we had Lankinen and SILOVS, and we're in a good spot, right? Man, Lankinen played himself into a great contract, $4.5 million, I believe, times $5 million. Times 5 years. His contract was like is just a bit higher than SILOVS, and then he goes and gets signed for big money. And it's like, that's the guy we want. So we're either going to go 50-50, 60-40, and the Demko Lankinen combo is what the Canucks said. That's the combo we want. We don't want to wait. We don't want, if Demko gets injured, we don't have they did not have the confidence to say SILOVS can be our starter. And that is the part of this that the Canuck fans that are really upset about this, and I get why. Like, I'm going to miss SILOVS too. I really enjoyed watching him. I loved watching him, actually. He was great. I mean, if you went to any of the Abbotsford games and watched him play, you were like, man, this kid's good. It's good. He comes up big. But I think for me, the big question when it comes to SILOVS is he going to be a starting NHL goalie? And the question is, they didn't know, and they didn't have time to figure that out. The way it was set up, doing the extension with Demko, and the extension with Demko, some people are like, that was absolutely stupid. Well, it only is as if he can't stay healthy, right? So we're at that stage where the Canucks management have way more information than we do about his health, and they're sitting there going, he's worth it because he's healthy. I mean, he got paid good money, great money, really. He didn't get paid elite money. Runner-up for the Vezina before he got injured, right? He had a phenomenal year. We've seen flashes of epic play by Demko. He's a difference maker. You don't trade those guys. He can be elite. He is elite when healthy. So you might be upset, and maybe this trade for SILOVS will bite. I don't know if it'll bite us, but yeah, maybe. I mean, if Demko goes down with an injury again, and we got to go Lankinen, but we're going to lose SILOVS either way. So this 4th round pick is exactly what I thought we were going to get. Just the 4th round pick. Now they added Chase Stillman into there, and so some people here are asking the question, who is Chase Stillman? I love that Coach Rob sent me a video. He's like, oh, man, RevTrev, did you see? We got Chase Stillman. Chase Stillman. I'm so excited to get him. And it's just this facetious thing where he's like, who's Chase Stillman, right? And so let me show you who Chase Stillman is. Now, which one should I share with you first? Maybe this one. I'll show you the stats, okay? So he's a right-handed shot winger, okay? Right winger, okay? Born in 2003. He's from St. Louis, Missouri. He's 22 years old, okay? He's 6'1", 185 pounds. He was drafted in the 1st round, 29th overall in the 2021 NHL entry draft by the New Jersey Devils, okay? Now, he's a work in progress. As you can clearly see here, okay? So I'm not saying he's going to be the next greatest thing in Vancouver, but he's now played. So what did it say? He was drafted in 2021. So now he has played 1, 2, 21, 20. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 seasons since his draft year. Okay. And with the Peterborough Pete's, he won. He won the championship? So that's impressive, right? But then he played with the Utica Comets, because who is the New Jersey Devils AHL team, and then he's with the Penguins AHL team, and found his way onto the Canucks roster. So I don't know how he got from the Utica Comets to the Penguins AHL team. I'm not sure from the Devils to the. I'm still trying to find that trade, but this is who he is. Okay, and just a little bit more. He is a son of former NHLer Corey Stillman and brother of Chicago Blackhawks prospect Riley Stillman. His motor never stops. A lot of people say he's like, I think it reminds me of Sammy Blais a little bit like that, in the way that he just keeps going and going. And some people have even said that he can be somewhat of a Swiss Army knife and take on multiple roles. That's why I'm kind of comparing him a little bit to the Sammy Blais thing. But he's willing to take on any role to help his team be successful. He can kill penalties. He can block shots. He's a solid two-way winger. But here's the other thing. He also, guys, can fight. And I watched him get in a fight, and fantastic hit, and then just dropped the gloves and did well in the fight. So maybe maybe he's going to find his way. Maybe he's going to find his way to the Vancouver Canucks. Right now, I'm thinking that he's an AHL guy. I'm not expecting him to make this Canucks team this year, but maybe he does. Depends if he gets a new opportunity here in Vancouver. But does Chase Stillman have NHL potential? Now, if you're drafted in the first round of the NHL draft, I think that you need to have NHL potential. But will he do that? What will he end up becoming? That is up to Chase and up to the Vancouver Canucks and the Abbotsford Canucks. And he's going to have a lot of opportunities, everyone. He's going to have a lot of opportunities to do well. So I'm looking forward to it. If you're an Abbotsford, you should be happy about this, in the way that we were going to lose SILOVS anyways. But Chase Stillman has a ton of potential at the AHL level. And we will see what he does possibly at the NHL level one day. But 29th overall pick, I mean, Noel Juleson, and whether you have a good opinion or not, he was a first round pick. He got lots of games with Vancouver. So there's a potential that he could play there, could play with us. We'll see. Obviously, it have to do with injuries and it have to do with how he does. I'm kind of interested to see and watch Chase Stillman. I haven't seen a lot of stuff on him, but yeah. Now, I want to get into some comments, but before I do, I'm going to ask this question. Will the Canucks make any more trades before the start of the season? Is this just one before a big deal, or is this just like another one that just needed to happen? This is the last deal before the NHL starts. You let me know. Because that is very, very important. Very important to know, right? So we're just at that place where it's hard to tell. And here we are. It's July 13th, 2025 in the offseason. Is he going to, is Canucks management going to pull some more moves? Let me know in the comments. Okay, I'm going to dive into, there's 87 comments plus in here. We're going to get into them as quick as possible. Hey, it's Green. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm not surprised in the slightest that we trade him. I'm sad a little bit, to be honest with you, Green. Totally sad in the way that I wanted to see him develop. But, man, he might have a phenomenal year with the or phenomenal career with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Maybe he's the right fit. I know that Canuck fans are going to go back and be very critical depending on what happens. Like if Demko gets injured and we're there and we miss him, I get it. Canuck fans are going to be upset, and rightly so. Hindsight's 2020, right, everyone? But right now, this makes like a lot of sense. This makes a lot of sense. So Ty Young was getting more airplay by Alvin lately, and Medvedev is clearly the goalie of the true future. Yes. When we drafted Medvedev, and I'm saying that so awkwardly, I do apologize. When he was drafted by Vancouver, I'm telling you, that's when it was like, I knew SILOVS was going, but now it's like, oh, this is official. This is official. So, Jack, I was surprised at how much we got. I was expecting a 5th or a 6th. I was too. But here's the cool thing. So you got a 4th in 2027, plus you got a former first round pick, everyone. That's a lot for SILOVS. Now, it might not be hindsight 2020, but a 3rd was the best we could have expected as a return. We got a prospect, which doesn't count against the cap. and a fourth. Not a bad deal. Dreamer says surprised, but not surprised. Couldn't get a top six from. No. There's no way we could have done that. Green, I'm happy for She Loves. Pittsburgh is in rebuild mode, and he can grow with that team. Battle with Jerry for the first spot, number one spot, instead of being stuck here behind two studs. I agree. They like to trade with New York and Pittsburgh. Yeah, exactly. Maybe this also leads to a trade for Raquel or Russ. But don't you think it would have happened in this deal? That's my question. A fourth from Pittsburgh is basically a late third. 2027 is the year they'll be the worst. Yep. Yeah, so we basically got a third round pick. That's a great point. I was thinking about that. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, I'm going to miss him too, Green. But he isn't replaceable. We have the best goalie depth in NHL. Woo, that's a bold statement. Kevin says Stillman was a first-round pick for New Jersey. They have good judgment. I still think Stillman has grit and can improve with Manny and the leaders on both Canuck teams. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. My pushback, and just being realistic, is that if this is the case, they wouldn't have moved off him. They said, no way, we're moving Stillman. We'll give you a fourth. That's it. But Brian doesn't think we got enough back for She Loves. Nabil says, what do people actually expect for She Loves? I was surprised they got a prospect, let alone a draft pick. Me too. Yeah, I think it's a win on both sides. Hans is here. A single fourth was expected back for Artie. The fourth rounder will probably be wrapped into a package for our second line center. I bet. Oh, that's a good take. That's a good take. Warren says, sad to see She Loves go, but Stillman is still a late first and fourth. More than I thought we'd get, honestly. I'm with you. By the way, that's the JT Miller picture. I love your picture, man. That's cool. The shirt, I'm not a big fan of the shirt, be honest, but I know it was kind of neat. It's isn't it She Loves shirt, isn't it? I don't know. I can't remember. Kevin says it's a win for both sides, and even better that She Loves is not going to Edmonton or the Ducks. I agree with that statement 100%. Stillman's young, man. He could potentially be a bottom six forward moving forward. If not, it's no loss really, and we get a lottery ticket with the fourth. I'm with you guys. I like it. Maybe fans feel that Demko should have been traded to get some help up front. Yes, some fans do for sure, Justin. Appreciate you being here and making that comment. But yeah, I think a lot of fans are there, like with all his injuries, that they would be like, well, I think we made the wrong decision. But I don't know if I don't think we made the wrong decision, Justin. I think I moved on real too quick from that. I don't think we made the wrong decision. I just think we're in a tough jam, and we made a decision to go with veterans over the rookie. On the bright side, Corey Stillman doesn't have any other kids, so that's it for Stillmans and trades. Michael, that's awesome. It's official. Canucks have the best defense and goaltending in the entire NHL next year and for years to come. Well, if they stay healthy, maybe. Stillman at 22 years old, who can fight and has grit to be a top six forward in 4 years. He is likely better than Lekkerimäki today. Wow, Kevin. I don't think that's true, but that's a bold take right there. See, first round pick, what he was, he should be coming into the lineup this year, next year. That's where he should be in. So maybe he'll get an opportunity in Vancouver, depending on injuries. But I think he's going to play this season, the majority of this season, with Abbotsford. Good return, Dreamer says. He's only played 19 NHL games and some playoff games. Lucky to get a young player and a draft pick. Keeping it 100% Philippines. We all knew they weren't trading Demko after that big contract. Artie was the odd man out, and they would have lost him for nothing on waivers. For sure that they had, if they had waited. That's great. Rod, I don't know if you're upset. I'm sad to see him go, man. Bye-bye, Artie, for sure. Good to see you, man. if Demko plays and if Lankinen is not a flash in the pan, still a lot of questions. Maybe. I still like our goaltending. Oh, you're talking about us being the best in the NHL. We still have a glute of middle six forwards. I still expect an upgrade to this team before opening day, which is 3 months away. Coach Rob's in the building. Good to see you, Coach Rob. Stillman has only 36 points in 119 AHL games. I know, Brian, that's concerning. We have a lot of money wrapped up in wingers. Yep, we do. Canucks fleece Pittsburgh. Rod, you know what? The more I look at it, you're probably right, but it all depends on how SILOVS plays. Stillman was a throw-in. Reclamation project. No risk. I agree. Because SILOVS is only has a 20 to 30% chance of becoming a top 16 goalie in NHL. Not reliable. That's right. Hey, Japan 4, good to see you. Glad to have you here. Kempner Army is in effect. Yeah, this is what sealed the deal. I think it was going to happen anyways, but they are excited about our London Knights prospect. I believe he's going to be a starting goaltender for London this year. We're going to see him shine this year. Yeah, this is, the more I think about it, this might be the best return we could have expected. Well done, management. Well done. Who did Stillman get as a center in the AHL? Did he get minutes? There are a lot of things that make him undervalued. True. We'll see what he does in Abbotsford. SILOVS had 4 times useless pylons in defense to contend with. Well, yeah. Fair. I mean, let those long ones in from the point. I think they're concerned about that. In the playoffs, that is. Keeping it 100%. Philippines says they got Tolopilo too. Yeah, they just signed him. They have enough goalie prospects and some good ones too. I think our goalie depth is incredible right now. The Canucks, the superstar to get your up-and-coming talented goalies, right? Vernon is in the building. SILOVS for future considerations, basically. Nice trade. I think, no, future considerations means free. We got stuff in return, Vernon. So I think this is better. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Russell from Nothing is Perfect. By the way, subscribe to his channel as well. Speaking of subscribing, guys, girls, if you want a Kempner Canucks hat, they're getting made this week. I made this one early so you could see it. I've got this dark blue. It's like the blue orca one here for the other one. I got white ones. I got the black ones. The black ones, I think, is going to be the hot seller. It's going to be yellow Kempner Canucks and red here. If you want that, just email me. Okay, email me if you want a Kempner Canucks hat. Email me at kempnercanucks@gmail.com and I'll send you all the details. Okay, but the black ones are going to be lit. I'm getting one this week. Getting a whole bunch of them this week. So I want you guys to see them, but this is what they look like. If you want a white one, I've got a couple white ones coming. I believe I have one more of these blue ones. And yeah, there's a number of different styles. You'll see them. I'll bring them onto the show, but let me know. Okay. Let me know if that's something you want. Okay. Now, where is Rod says Demko rules. Yeah, look at this depth chart, everyone. Demko, Lankinen, Ty Young, Tolopilo, Pekara. Oh, look, this is, we are more than fine in goal. Yeah, let's go. Russell says, I miss SILOVS already. I get it. I'm with you. I'm sad, but I understand. SILOVS not going to be a good starting NHL goalie. You cannot be lucky the whole year. You know, Kevin, you might be right. And that's the thing. If you're right, and I think the Canucks management believes this too, then it was a good trade. Mike DiPietro was the AHL goalie of the year, so we can't read too much into Artie's AHL performances. Okay? Yeah, but SILOVS will always be a legend in Canucks history, but they fleece Pittsburgh. Okay, fair. Connor says, I will only move past this if Demmer gets his old form back and the defense improve. But for me, this was a missed opportunity, and that's fine. You're welcome to that opinion. I'm just in shock we got so much for SILOVS. So if Demko can stay healthy, he'll be back to his former old self, and the defense has already improved. So half of that statement right there has already happened. Soul Search Guru, I'm with you too, man. Yeah, I know it was a missed opportunity to keep Artie, but then you would want Demko traded, is basically what you're saying, right? People get too attached to own players. That is a true statement. SILOVS knew the writing was on the wall. Thought we did pretty good, actually. Now, SILOVS, wasn't he a 6th or 7th round pick for Vancouver Canucks? It's like he overachieved everyone. This is awesome, and I hope all the best to him. Show some of Chase fights. I mean, you could just YouTube it. I don't want to get copyright infringements for that, but go for it. Demers is a difference maker, 100%. Demko's a difference maker. After he makes a big save, the Canucks could score back-to-back season. Yeah, oh man, it's awesome. He's so good. Calvin, too bad this wasn't a bridge deal to where he can come back when he's good enough for the regular season. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's a statement and a half. At least the 4th round pick was a good bonus for us too. Great. I agree. The best plus minus he ever had was 0. I know it's bad. Technically, Penguins 4th is a late 3rd. Yep. 2027 is going to be worse for them than 2026 because Crosby will get older. Yeah, exactly. Stuart is in the building. Welcome, Stuart. It's been a minute. Connor is furious with this news, Russell. That's crazy. Furious. I wouldn't be furious. Yeah, Riley didn't work out. Maybe Chase will. I don't know. Good point. Well, whatever. Give Stillman a spin, and at least they can waive him if he stinks. Maybe he will surprise us. Yeah, this is a great point. $850,000 saved in cap as well. So yeah, you saved cap. That I should make another video. By the way, if you haven't known, I'm on TikTok now. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I posted like a minute video about this. I'm going to add this one. I'm going to make another video green. $850,000 we saved in cap. We got a former 1st round pick from the New Jersey Devils, and we got a 4th round overall selection from the Pittsburgh Penguins, guys, in 2027. I don't know. That's 3 good things about it, right? Canucks already had his brother in their system. They did? I didn't know that. Replacement for Sammy Blais in the AHL. I mean, I think that's what's going to happen. That's my guess. But I think Sammy's a big boy, though, right? 185 pounds and a fighter. I guess Rippin was around there, too. Yep. Yeah. I mean, he can just, I wouldn't say he's a goon, but he throws the glove. He throws hands, when he needs to. Yeah, Jack, a lot of people are really happy we didn't send him to Edmonton. Yeah, you can cheer for him that he's on a team other than Edmonton or Calgary or, Anaheim. Stillman at best will be an energy bottom 6 player, which is just fine. Yep. He's only 22. Of course, the NHL has NHL potential. Look at Baines. This guy was drafted 1st round. There you go. This season will be Stillman's last season of his contract. So this is a pretty low risk thing. I agree. Yeah, so now you guys are getting to the thing. The big question was, will they make one more trade? And the answer from Green is 100%. They're going to make at least one more trade before the puck drops on the opening of the season. Justin, they are trying to unload Dakota Joshua. I heard that. Yeah, lots of rumors around him. Maybe one closer to training camp or the beginning of the season. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Young prospect, right? The only disappointing thing is Ducks would have valued SILOVS in a bid to get McTavish like Joshua. That is like in Canucks theory, that makes sense. In the Anaheim Ducks theory, it doesn't make sense. There is no rumor out there, everyone, that the Canucks and Ducks are in conversations for Mason McTavish. So when I push back and I say Mason McTavish doesn't make sense, if you would see what the return would have to be to get Mason McTavish out of the Anaheim Ducks grip, I'm telling you right now, you would not be happy. So I don't think SILOVS moved the needle. That's my opinion. Because if he did, they would have made the deal. But the Canucks are not in the running for McTavish. In fact, the Ducks aren't even saying that McTavish is available, but we're obsessed with McTavish. So, Andrew, good to see you. It's been a long time. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well as well. Chris says Stillman does of speed, goes of speed, has speed. Watch one of his highlights with his skating. Broke a D-man's ankles and scored on the goalie. Okay, I'm going to have to check that out. If Demko doesn't play 40 games, someone needs to be fired. Wow, right? Justin, you're probably not wrong. Jack, a former first-rounder who hasn't found a way to score, sounds like a Podkolzin. Okay, so let's say worst-case scenario, he's Podkolzin. He's a third or fourth-line player. Like, really, like at the end of the day, right? He's a third or fourth-line player. Dak and Hoglander next on the chopping block. Possible. Yes, Jack, first round pick by New Jersey who has good scouting. Kelly, good to see you. I say it was a win-win trade all around. Yeah, I'm the more I think about it, the more I like it. Hey, David W., good to see you. How are you doing, man? The Habs last season had relatively good regular season goaltending with Sam Montembeau, and is it Dobes? Unlike the Canucks who had Demko and SILOVS. Yeah, we're in such a better situation now, right? As much as I hate that SILOVS left, I'm happy he's getting more opportunities elsewhere. Elfrin, you're right. Yeah, I mean, Montembeau has blossomed. They're really excited about that, right? Yeah, no, it's true. It's true what you're saying. I disagree, Kevin. New Jersey sucks at scouting, in my opinion, but it doesn't matter anyways. Okay. I don't know if they went and got Jack Hughes and Luke Hughes. Is that bad? I don't know. No more SILOVS chance for me. And so many people, and I'm not good at pronouncing names, but they call them SILOVS, and it's SILOVS. In fact, the Latvian people were coming in to my streams and telling me that it was SILOVS. No, not she loves. Yeah, SILOVS. That's what he's saying. But so no one ever said it right in their opinion. I like the trade actually. First rounder, 2021. Only 22-year-olds could turn it around. They said that they were only expecting a fourth. They got a fourth plot and a possible roster player. And what Green reminded us of, Daniel, is they also saved themselves $850,000. Yeah, it is the SILOVS shirt. Yeah, that one. SILOVS time with the Canucks is a mixed bag. Yeah, I mean, he had a really great postseason. He's been great at the international level. He's been great at the Calder Cup level or the AHL level, winning the Calder Cup and winning MVP. So he's been great, but will he be a great NHLer is the question. Jack says 2027 draft is about the same as a 2026, by the way. Just people don't talk about it because it's further away. Carol, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Daniel, it's a small win at worst. It's a massive win if Chase pans out. I agree. Dreamer says Nucks in the future have the Hughes, Stillmans, and Celebrees. Hey, I never thought of that. That's a great idea. Let's surround ourselves with those guys. Yeah. Duncan, Kelly Duncan says, I think trade Quinn while he has value to bolster the forward, say for Bratt or Bart. Who's Bart? I'm not on team trade Quinn Hughes. I'll tell you that right now. I think it's people get attached to certain players and it clouds judgment on trade values and such. I agree. Andrew. Dak or Hogg will be traded plus Lecker-Mackey. Whew, that'll be interesting. So the amazing thing is we knew that SILOVS was on his way out. Many of us are surprised by the trade. Yep. Michael says, I figured out the answer to the Canucks issues. We call the forward lines middle 12. They should have waited until the season started to see how the goalie situation is before moving him. That's fair. Michael, or our top 12. I believe the Canucks return for SILOVS was more than that of the Habs from Caden Primo. Trade was then the latter hadn't really been playable last NHL regular season, resulting in a one-way trip down. Jack says Artie deserves a chance in the show. We have many good goalies. Oh, my internet's slowing down here. I'm kind of breaking up. I might have to figure this out. We have $795,000 in cap space left. Will we make more moves? We'll have to move money out in order to do that. So to the Laval Rocket, who would have thought the Habs would trade Primo for even a draft pick? They did it for a 2026 seventh rounder from the Canes. I mean, that's a great point. Swervin Irvin is here. Let me get this straight. JR traded Dad Corey away in 2008, brother Riley away in 2023, brother-in-law Sammy Lafferty's rights in 2024. Wondering what he'll do with Chase. Wow. Now that is interesting. That is in-depth analysis, everyone. By the way, 155 people here watching this stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Hit the like and subscribe. Also, if you want to get one of these Kempner Canuck hats, I got them a whole bunch. The black ones are coming out this week. Going to be yellow writing and a red puck. It's going to look awesome. If you want that, let me know. Email me, kempnercanucks@gmail.com. Okay. Yes, I think JS, we are having some AHL guys move up, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to send you a hate email. Okay, good. Please don't. JS, remember, players get traded away also, which creates cap space. So who gets traded next? A lot of people are saying these names are the ones that everyone's talking about. Dakota Joshua, Bluger, Höglander, Lecker-Mackey are the ones there. So, but we do need elite forward, especially second line center help. Okay, everyone, my internet is going not doing great here, so I might have to cut. Oh, Roslovic. I still think the Canucks could land him, but they got to move some money out in order to do it. That I don't think he solves our second line center issue, though. I think he's kind of like the Hedl situation where he's fast. He plays probably third line center minutes and can play second line if needed be, but to rely on him full term. But Steven, I think he could be on this thing. So he could be the next Suter who signs cheap and then fall as he continues to fall through the cracks. 100%. I called the McTavish trade stuff bogus right off the jump. Told you guys he would cost a ton. Yeah, dude, I said the same thing. So I'm glad we're both on the same page on there. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins for a package including Dak and Lecker-Mackey. Yeah, I mean he makes way too much money, man. And he is from Burnaby. My friend Wes, it's his cousin actually, but I'd love him there. Wish we could go back to 1994 and redraft all our players since then to now. What sort of team would we have? I mean, that's one for sure. That would be fun to do. Oilers apparently want to shake up. Just saying possible. I mean, there's lots of Ryan Nugent-Hopkins trade rumors. Hey, Lucas, good to see you. Welcome. One of our members here. Look, this was purely based on the fact that The waiver situation was dicey. We couldn't work through the gymnastics. I agree 100%. Willie says, just arrived. What's the consensus? Is it a good deal? I think it's a good deal. I think it's way more than we anticipated. So, which she loves nothing but the best. This is the best players. This is the best players' interest. Wasn't going to work out here, sadly. I agree. Spelling mistake on your banner. My banner, really? Where's? Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, my goodness. If you want a Kempner Canucks hate email me. My apologies, everyone. If you want a Kempner Canucks hat. Oh, thanks, man. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? That is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Okay. Ryan Nugent Hopkins 5.3 million. Yeah, that is cheap. Good point. We don't have the money. We had to move a lot out. Oh my goodness, that is so hilarious. Yeah, that was gold, wasn't it? Hate email. That is so funny. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's great, everyone. Okay, listen, got to call it a day. If you want a Kempner Canucks hat, now you guys, you're gonna say it's a rest. Whenever I'm promoting these hats, okay, you're gonna say hate email right now. I know you're gonna do that. So if you want one of these hats, you want to know how much they cost, all that kind of stuff, just email me and I'll get to you all the prices and all that kind of stuff. So that is hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Kempner Canucks at gmail.com. Email me if you're interested in that. I've sold a few already. Looking forward to it. I think we got to do Kempner Army right here. Let's do this. It's absolutely, Calvin, going to be an inside joke for all us loyal fans. I need to get one. Get a hat just so you can say, I remember. I should also put on the side for you right here, hate email right here or something like that. So, yeah. Yes, I think Garland is too bang to do. Yeah, that would be interesting. Garland for Ryan Nugent Hopkins, that would be pretty awesome. That'd be pretty awesome. But I mean, Canuck fans would have mixed emotions, but he's definitely a second line center, everyone. I like that a lot. All right, got to call it a day. Thank you so much for being here. Please don't send me hate emails, but if you're interested in that, let me know. But we're gonna get out of here. Thanks again. Have a good night. And I like this deal. I'm gonna miss SILOVS, but I like this deal. Have a good night. Go Canucks, go. Okay, before I go, everyone, this is too good. Justin, I love this. I should get a PD police hat. I could make one. That would be awesome. Maybe I'll get a PD police shirt. Or I should say the PD police hate me. Or what I should say, maybe watch out for the PD police. That's better. No, maybe I'll make a shirt. All right. See you guys later.